Grand Rising. It's alright, it's okay. Why some NIMBYs a bit wrong and stupid. Arc, as in, I called it something else in the previous post, so I can't remember what it means. I've changed the meaning of it. Arc of the Moor, actually, or something like that. Arc of the Moor. I think it was Arc of the Moor. And something else. What's wrong or stupid? True Brit News. Oh dear. This was meant to be a short one, and I've completely lost my train of thought now. It's going to be short, sweet, simple. So what it is in terms of news, I mean, it's just messy. But I think with the wars that are going on, with this fervour for football at a time whilst all these wars are going on, there's lots of death and destruction, and all everybody can think about is we're going to bring it home. England's going to bring it home. There, that's what I wanted to do. So everybody's been talking about England and Englishness, and what it is that the English are wanting to preserve. Okay, well, let's look at it. Let's say, I mean, I've been saying for a long time, the reason why we have ARC is the Albion Renaissance Coalition. Cool? Albion. That was one of the names before, the name to these islands before it was named England. England was established in 927, I think it was. To be 1,000 years, it seems, in next year. 27's a clue, or they're about 900 years, 1,000 years maybe, I don't know. 927, that's when it was established by somebody, Ethelfred or something like that, from wherever it is, and he was a Saxon. And I'm going to say 1,000 years ago, he wouldn't have been the Hugh that he is portrayed as today. There's no way, it's impossible. Genetics are sort of saying it, genealogy is saying it, archaeology is saying it, making it very, very clear. So these people that are jumping up and down rooting for England, they don't even know what it is that they're rooting for. And just to say, this morning, and it's a Monday morning, as they are trying to establish who is responsible for the death of Anne Widdecombe? Yeah, Anne Widdecombe. The former Tory MP, former reform person or supporter of reform. As they try to establish what's happened there, they are talking about, oh no, not just about him, but there's something else about somebody they're trying to deport to Pakistan, and they are talking about repealing some laws or some rules or some guidance or some policy or some act that was written in I can't remember, in the 19... What it means is that the Relations Act, or the Immigration Act, the first Immigration Act, which actually said that people that came before 1971, 1973 to the UK, that they can be deported back to their land of their origin, repealing that so that they can deport this geezer who is being the godfather of trafficking in Leicester or something like that, and Pakistan won't take him back because that's what the thing he wants to do. Now, I mean, it's quite complicated insofar as that act and that ruling, if you like, in 1947 was set up by the UK Crown Corporation. This is essentially a business, so it's a contract that they are having. I'm just crossing this road. That they are having with these different corporations, i.e. Pakistan, which is also a corporation. What they've set up with the UK Crown Corporation. See? Now, what it means and they've made reference to people from the Caribbean, that it would have impacts on us, the Windrush generation, the first Windrush waves, and subsequent. So they are trying to change the laws. Anyway, I want to cut to the chase here, actually, because the main issue is because it's about when Priti Patel was trying to deport people from the Caribbean, Jamaicans particularly, and she made a pronouncement that if Tories were to remain in at that time, she was going to change the law so that you had to prove that you were 3 generations born here before you were considered eligible to, if you've committed a crime, that is, if you were still eligible to for deportation or not. So if there weren't 3 generations, then you could get kicked out of the country. You couldn't be deported. So that's what she was angling after. And more recently, you've got Suella Braverman, or I call her Nog of the Ferengi, making a very clear statement to the world where what she feels about slavery and how she feels about people from the Caribbean, given that she's an immigrant too. So the point that I'm trying to make is that in terms of illegal, and they're trying to change it for not just illegal immigrants but legal migrants that are here, to change the law so that if you commit any kind of offence you can be deported. Now the rub is that most white people that are here, that have been here for the last 2-3 generations, or that came here after the Second World War, are undocumented immigrants. A lot of you are not. There's no documentation of you arriving here, none whatsoever. When you've come from Eastern Europe, Germany, Italy, France, there is no documentation of you being here. So the implications are that there are, and it started to happen in the States, where there are lots of white Caucasians that came over at the turn of the 20th century as part of a repopulation brand, when America was saying, no, the United States was saying, under that corporation, bring us your masses and blah blah blah. It became the land of milk and honey, and anybody could come there. And there were boatloads that came over from Europe, and they were all undocumented. Even the Siberians that later became Native Americans came from the Siberian, from the east, Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, Southeastern Europe. That's right. And they came and they were undocumented. So this is why some people need me to be dumb and wrong and stupid, is that people are slowly waking up to the shenanigans that are taking place within government under the guise of wanting to deport one person. But if that one person goes, it's got implications for everybody else, except the indigenous and aboriginal. And this is why you're going to have to prove, people are going to have to prove that they know who they are, they know what their birthright is, to know where they've come from. Because what's slowly emerging is that you've got masses of people that are claiming benefits to land rights and inheritances that shouldn't be. So hopefully that was just a quick little post there, a quick little update on the state of things at the moment. And I'm going to say a little bit more about what that might mean for indigenous and aboriginal and for ARC, in terms of what do we do about ensuring that you don't get deported, essentially. Till the next time, may your ERP and your spirituality remain strong and gone.